We've all had days when everything seems to go wrong. You're getting ready for work and you spill coffee on yourself. Your to do list seems to be getting larger, but the time in the day seems to be getting smaller. You have to work full time and go to school to better yourself while raising kids. You cook daily meals, clean the house, and even pay the bills. I understand it's a large load of pressure, also known as the term called stress. Hello, my name is Sarah Malione, and I'm here today to talk to you about stress. Stress, defined by the American Institute of Stress, is a response to an inappropriate level of pressure. It can be described as the distress that is caused as a result of demand placed on physical or mental energy to the body. The endocrine system is stimulated by the stress source, which then awares our body. While researching in depth about this topic, I learned that there are also positive types of stress that I will go into detail about, and I will also talk about the negative. I will cover the different types of stressors between internal and external. I will talk about the stress symptoms and examples. And most importantly, I will cover stress management, how to manage all of your stress in general. Stress in a whole can be put into one equation that looks like this. It stands for stress occurs when the pressure is greater than the resource. Now, having the stress in general, there are different feelings that come to the body first. You will get a feeling of worry. You will feel tense, tired, frightened, depressed, anxious, or maybe even angry. There are two types of stressors that lead to these feelings to our body. The two types are external and internal. The external stressors include your physical environment, social interaction, organizational, major life events, and maybe your daily hassles. Some examples of physical environment include noise. If it's too noisy, it'll bother you. Maybe if the lights are too bright, if it's too hot, or if there's confined space. Social interaction is within another person. Maybe if someone is being rude to you, bossy, there's aggressiveness, or maybe some type of bullying. Organizational. Rules, regulations, deadlines. Major life events include if someone's born, if someone died, if you lost a job, maybe a promotion or a marital status change. An example of daily hassles, maybe if you commute from one town to another, if you misplace your keys, or if you're having a breakdown with your vehicle. Now, to talk about internal stressors, that's within the body. Some lifestyle choices is an example, negative self-talk, mind traps, or even personality traits. Lifestyle choices. Lifestyle choices can include caffeine. If you decide that you want to have a caffeine intake every single day, that can affect your body. If you have a lack of sleep, maybe you only sleep a couple hours a night when the human body needs at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Or if you have an overloaded schedule between work, school, etc. Negative self-talk. If you have pessimistic thinking, if you always self-criticize, or maybe you overanalyze situations more than they should be. Mind traps. If you make unrealistic expectations that you know will not be possible to meet by the deadline. You take things way too personally. You have that mindset, all or nothing. You exaggerate, or you have rigid thinking. For personality traits, maybe if you're a workaholic, or if you're a perfectionist, that could definitely put a lot of stress on you. There's two types of stress. There's negative stress, and there's positive stress. Negative stress is a factor that has minor conditions. It causes headaches, digestive problems, skin complaints, insomnia, and even ulcers. Excessive, prolonged, and unrelieved stress can have a harmful effect on mental, physical, or even spiritual health. Now, positive stress. It can have a positive effect because it'll spur motivation to cope with challenging situations. It provides this sense of urgency and alertness needed for survival when confronting threatening situations. The individual, everyone is different with unique perspectives in general. There's no one single level of stress. There's positive and there's negative. But some people are more sensitive to experiences in their childhood with influences of others, religion, etc. But there are always ways to cope with this type of stress. It's called the ABC strategy. Now, the ABC strategy, the A stands for awareness. You need to understand what causes your stress and how will you react to it. Once you draw awareness, it'll help you calm yourself down and find ways to deal with it. The B stands for balance. There's a fine line between negative and positive stress. How much can you cope with before it becomes negative? And C is for control. What can you do to help yourself combat with the negative effects of stress? There's techniques. You have to change your thinking, change your behavior, and change your lifestyle. You reframe things and you have to think positive. To change your behavior, you have to be assertive with your feelings. Get organized, ventilation, have some humor, and distraction. To be assertive. Assertiveness helps you manage stressful situations. It'll help you reduce the frequency. If you allow things to come into your life, they're going to keep coming. Unless you're assertive, state what you want, then it'll limit everything. The key to everything is verbal and nonverbal communication. Now, going off of being assertive, you have to respect others no matter what. You have to ask openly for what they want. And if you are denied, you can't be disappointed. You have to get organized. That's very important as well. If you have poor organization, that's one of the most common causes of stress. That's actually cited from Psychology Today article. They said that most of stress is caused from people not being organized, since they're always busy on the go, not having time and putting things aside. So if you have structured approaches, then that'll avoid stress as well. Also, a big one is time management. You have to make a list of what must be done. You should make a list of what should be done and what you would like to be done. Cut out all of the wasting time. Learn to drop unimportant activities and to say no. Plan your day, set achievable goals, and don't waste your time making excuses. Another one is ventilation. You need to learn to breathe. Sometimes we let things happen in the spur of the moment and we don't get a chance to breathe, to think about it, and to figure it all out. Maybe writing in a diary or making notes can help someone ventilate and talk about their feelings. I found what was really nice is a stress ball. It's very common that a lot of people have these in their work offices. If they ever get tense, you just squeeze it. And it gives you a second to think about it, to just take out your anger on a stress ball instead of yelling at somebody or doing something you will regret. A lot of people also go to the gym, maybe do a kickboxing class, go for a walk, or some like to use humor. They apply humor at home, they just make jokes, they just try to distract themselves. A good thing with distraction is when you're stressed, take time away from things that bother you. It might not solve the problem, but it reduces your stress level. It helps you calm down and it helps you think logically. To change your lifestyle, maybe if you have a poor diet, if you're smoking or drinking, maybe taking in bad chemicals to the body, you can change that. maybe try exercising, getting the full amount of sleep that your body needs. Maybe some relaxation, maybe go for a walk, go on a vacation, anything. But a diet's very important because healthy eating habits will make your body clean and it will make all your systems work properly. The caffeine and the salt, that's a stimulant that is going to lead to more stress that we should avoid. Smoking and alcohol definitely needs to be used in moderate consideration. If you have work the next day and you know you have a lot to do, don't do that in the night before because you are going to stress yourself. And benefits of exercising. It'll improve your blood circulation, lower your blood pressure. It'll just make you feel better. And sleep's a good stress reducer. It's difficult to cope when you're tired, so it's good to be fully energized and you'll feel very refreshed in the morning. So basically, those are my ways to relieve stress. I defined what stress is. I told you the internal and the external. And I also talked to you about the symptoms. I hope you enjoyed my speech, and I hope you learned from this and take this on to real life, and I hope you're stress-free. Thank you very much.